Okay, so I've set up my table in design view. Remember, flicking between the two, design view and datasheet view. So I'm flicking between the two. I've set this up. By set it up, it means I've assigned field names and I've given correct data types. You need to take your time to do that. It's really important because what you're doing is you're building the foundation structure of your whole database. If you get something wrong in the way that you've built up a table and then you change it later, well, maybe the data that you put in that field, maybe it doesn't fit in the new thing that you've changed. So for example, if I had put this date of birth just as a short text, and then I try to change it to date afterwards, well, maybe some of the data that I've put into that field doesn't fit in that date format that I'm trying to change it to. So what will it do? Delete it all. Okay, so it's really important to get the tables right. It doesn't take long, but it does take some thinking and some planning. Thankfully, in your case, I've done that kind of stuff for you. So you have your customer data table set up, correct field names, correct data types. So we're going to switch over to the data sheet view. So from design view to data sheet view and start to enter in some data. Okay, so we enter in our data, Mr. first name, and so on. Bart Simpson was pretty old-fashioned, right? So he's probably around when AOL was there. Date of birth, no idea when he was born, but okay. See that format taking over there and changing my date format to the one that my database is in. Okay, so that's entering in a record. This is a record made up of loads of fields in one table. So now you need to fill this data with this table with data so that we can do some tests with it and so we can play around with manipulating it. So fill it up now with some of the data sets that you've been given, and then okay, so there we are with four records entered. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's a common thing that might happen. What if let's just make ourselves a little mistake here. Let's just take this out. Because what I want to show you is something that sometimes stumps students when they first start doing this. Is I actually want to. Oh, let's just delete this record. Yeah, get rid of that record. Now let's put it back. So this is a new record we're creating because we don't have data about Homer. Can you see any problems with what's happening? Have a look over at the primary key field. Yeah, anything happening there? So the point is that it's renamed it 5. It's auto-numbered this record a customer ID 5. So now the customer ID is obviously seem to be missing one, but does that really matter? No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter if that was 5 or if that was 5,728. What matters is that it is not 3 because there's another 3, or it's not 1. Okay, so just bear that in mind when you're entering those things in. It really doesn't matter what this is, it just matters that it's unique. We know it's unique because we've set it to be auto number, so that's really important. Okay, in our for our database, we're going to need more than just 4 records because we want to try some stuff that's going to involve throwing around quite big chunks of data. So it's not worthwhile you entering in all of that stuff by hand. So next video is going to show you how to import big sets of data so we can get a nice big chunk of data in here to serve as our test data. Okay, check back to the next video.